Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, as the title and thumbnail suggests, we're going to be doing part 4 on What If Deku Was Gojo. Thank you for all the likes and comments I've been getting on my past series. Thanks for all the advice, thanks for all the words, thanks for just everything, thanks for all the subs I've been getting recently. We are almost at 500, so thank you. Also, this thumbnail is made by my good friend Archimedes Eisen. Y'all should definitely check out his channel when you get the time. So I'll leave his link into the pinned comment as well as my description. And I'll put a picture of his channel right here, right now. So yeah, so without further ado, cue the intro.
Been 38 up on my body, put him in the sky, I don't even witness. Send that nigga to the dead, for thinking that nigga's pretending. I got 52 shots in this Glock with an infrared up on it, I been feel that off. Just to be on the top, yellow tape on it.
Alright, so we skipped to around 3 hours later from the events of the last episode, where the school day is officially over and the bell rings, which means that it's time to go home. As students crowd the halls as they're getting stuff in their lockers, packing their bags, and talking to some of their friends from other classes. As Gojo empties out his locker and says, "Alright, time to go home. I wonder, is dad or mom gonna pick me up today?" As he says, doesn't really matter. As we see him exiting the school and walking to the pickup section. As Bakugo runs up and says, hey Gojo. As Gojo turns around and says, yes. Your mom and dad can't pick you up since they have to work extra hours today. So they texted my mom and said that you're going to be coming home with us today. As he said, interesting. Well, I don't think that'll be needed. Tell Aunt Misaki I said hi though, and no thank you. I'll probably walk. As he walks away, as Bakugo screams, "Hey, Gojo, you have to come. It's not safe." As Gojo gives a smirk and says, "I'll be fine," as he walks away. As Gojo was thinking in his head, I wonder, should I go down the short path or should I go the long way? I think I'll go down the short path, My new series, the new episode of the series I've been watching is coming out today. Definitely have to go down the short path. As he begins to run home, as he hears footsteps coming behind him, as he's in the iconic tunnel. As he says, I didn't know the freak was in town. Hey kid, give me your body. As he says, I don't think so. As he begins to back up a little more, as he begins to run away. As he says, I'm not joking around, kid. Give me your body. As he shoots out some of his sledge to try to collect Gojo in it. As he says, as Gojo says, man, I didn't want to get any of your filth on my clothes, My mom just bought these. I'm sorry, mother. And I'm gonna have to wash them instead of watching my show. Let's just make this quick. As he says, infinite domain. As the sludge villain is shot into Gojo's domain, as a bulk ton of information begins to hit his head and enters into his head, and that gives him an extreme headache, causing him to pass out. As he says, yep, that was pretty easy, and I didn't get any of that weirdo stuff on me. Hey, thinking about that, if it would have got on me, is that technically meaning he... Never mind, let's just not think about that. Let's just be focusing on the new episode and how I have to get on in about 20 minutes to watch it premiere. As he begins to run away, as he starts to hum a joyful tune, as we see All Might entering into the tunnel and saying, I am here, as he looks around and doesn't see the person he's been chasing for the past 30 minutes. But he does see a kid around 5'6" with white hair, and he says, hey kid, have you seen Sludge Villain? He's about 5 feet tall and he's green. As Gojo turns around and is immediately shocked on who he sees at the end of the tunnel, as he runs closer just to make sure his vision isn't acting up on him. It's All Might. Are you really All Might? Yeah, I think I'm All Might. As he says, well, can you give me your autograph? As he says, yeah, kid, but first of all, like I was saying, have you seen a sludge villain that was about yay high and is very green? As he says, yeah, he's right there. As he looks to the corner of the tunnel and he sees a knocked out sludge villain and he says, what did you do to him, kid? Well, I just used my quirk. It was pretty easy. Easy, says All Might in his head. I've been chasing him for 30 minutes and he just casually knocked him out. Man, what's with this new generation of quirks? Man, they're really strong. Hey kid, what's your plans for the future? Man, of course, I want to be a hero. Doesn't everyone? Good, kid. We need more people like you. Well, before I say that, what is your quirk? Well, it's kind of complicated. Plus I have to go see my show. So, if I might see you again, I'll explain it to you then. As he says, hey kid, wait! As Gojo says, sorry All Might, I just don't have the time. As he gives a wave and says, but thanks for the autograph though. As All Might says, yeah, no problem. Kids these days, always in a rush of doing one thing or the other. But he made my job 10 times easier. And if I know where I think he's going to be going, and since I'm going to be a teacher there, I'll just thank him then and ask for his quirk. Plus, we should have his files then. As he wraps up the sludge villain, as he just brings it to the police station. And since it was never in a bottle, there will never be any Bakugo situation. So yeah, we just skip over to the 10 months of training, which will be significantly different this time since Bakugo never have gotten caught by a sludge villain, and that means that Gojo would never have gotten one for all unlike his original counterpart, so that means he won't be training with All Might at Deku Beach. But he will be training at Deku Beach because he finds this a good area to practice some of his abilities, as well as trying to learn some new ones. And during these 10 months, he learned 2 abilities. Limitless, the ability for him to not to get touched by anything, as well as Blue, which is very similar to Pain's ability from Naruto, to allow him to pull things to himself, which to him will be a pretty successful 10 months of training, even though he wants to make his family proud, and he wished he could have unlocked more abilities, but that would come with time, he guesses. As he says, alright, so just one more week until the entrance exams. Man, I'm so excited. You know, I don't even think I need to give at least 10 of my percent. These people aren't going to be that strong anyway, and I'll be very shocked if there's anyone on my skill level that will beat me in anything, so let's give about like 50% and make sure I don't go overboard. But I do want to impress some of the people and the teachers at UA, so I guess let's give around 60%. Yeah, 60% should be good. As we now skip 2 weeks later, as he wakes up to his mom saying, Gojo, it's today. As he sees his father at the table saying, so are you ready, son? As he says, yeah, Dad, I'm ready. You know, I don't expect this to be that hard since a lot of these kids that will be there won't be nearly as strong as me. So it will be pretty easy. As Inko and Hisashi look at Gojo and said, hey, what do we tell you? You're not better than anyone else. As Gojo says, yeah, sure, Dad. As they said, hey, we're serious. Then they say, yeah, let's just get going. As Inko says, alright, son, be safe. As Gojo says, yeah, Mom, I'll make sure I stay safe. As Inko gives him a kiss on the cheek, as she then says, alright, Hisashi, see you back at home, as she gives him a kiss on the cheek as well. As Hisashi says, alright, kid, let's go. As they have a silent car ride for about 30 minutes before they both see the entrance of the famous UA. As he says, wow, it's a lot bigger than I expected. As they said, yeah, It is. As Hisashi says, alright kid, I know you'll do well, but make sure if anyone needs help, make sure you help them. As he says, yeah, dad. But I don't really think I'll help anyone because it's not really my issue, you know. I should be focusing on myself because what if I help someone and that will cause me to get knocked out? As Hisashi says, although that might be true, but remember, you're still going to be a hero and that will cause you to work together as well as saving some of your fellow comrades as well as the people that you're going to be saving. As he says, yeah, dad, alright. See you later. As he walks out and he puts his blindfold on, as he gives a wave to his dad. As his dad says, hold on, Gojo, let me take a picture of this. As he says, dad, as he says, come on, son, you know, I'll have to remember this when I get older. And when my memory starts to fade, as he says, okay, dad. As he says, cheese, as he takes a picture of Gojo in front of the UA entrance, as he says, alright, see you, son. As Gojo says, alright, bye, dad. As Hisashi turns on his car and goes on his way back to home. As this time, Gojo does not trip and fall, since he is very confident in his abilities this time, which means that he won't be meeting Uraraka. But he does see someone very familiar, and he calls out to him, Hey Gojo! As he looks over and sees who calls him, as he says, oh, it's Bakugo. As the Bakugo runs up and says, hey Gojo, it's me, you know, right? It's Bakugo. Yeah, I know Bakugo, what's up? As he says, hey, you know, I didn't know you would be taking the UA exams, but I kinda thought you would because you were the strongest in our class. As he says, yeah. As he begins to start walking a little faster, as Bakugo starts to walk even faster. Hey, where you going, you know? I'm just trying to talk to my friend. As he starts to walk even faster, as he starts to run, as Bakugo starts to run after him and says, hey Gojo, wait. So, you know, if we both pass, that means we'll be in the same class. As he starts to run even faster, as he runs into the entrance of the building, hopefully that his seat in the first exams won't be anywhere close to his old friends, because that would just make him very annoyed. And I'll go by everything that he stands for, you know. He can't be surrounding himself by the weak. You know, that's a bad image. That'll ruin his reputation. At least that's what he's been told by his family. As to his dismay, he is seated right next to his friend since they were in the same middle school. As he says, hey Gojo, we're sitting next to each other. As he says, yep. As he begins to slouch down into his seat, saying, oh my god, why do I have to sit next to him? He's just gonna be trying to talk to me again. I thought I made it perfectly clear 7 years ago that I don't want to be his friend anymore. But nope, every time he sees me, Gojo this, Gojo that, Gojo. How would you just leave me alone? You know, is that hard? As Bakugo almost perfectly reads what he's saying, because you know, when you're friends, you know, that happens. As he says, no, it's pretty hard, you know, because we're best friends, and even though you don't want to admit it, I know you still are my best friend. As he says, no, I'm not, just leave me alone. As this starts to get the attention of some people around them that are taking their tests, as they start to look at Gojo and Bakugo very angrily. As Gojo starts to turn on his key and says, what are y'all looking at? As they all turn around very quickly, as some people say, hey, that kid is very scary. As others says, yeah, but let's just focus on the test. As we see all of them exiting the area for the first part of the exam, as they walk into the hall for the explanation of the second exams, as we see President Mike saying, all right, so y'all future heroes, listen up. We'll be having a power system going on, and they will be three tiers of robots that y'all be fighting. Each one gives you a different point So listen up, because if you don't remember this, this might be very fatal to your score. Alright, the smallest ones will give you 1 point. The medium-sized ones will give you 2 points. And then the largest ones will give you 3 points. As he is about to talk about the fourth ones, but Tenya Ida says, "Hey, I thought there was 4. In the pamphlet they said there was 4, and this mistake will be very rude and go against the reputation that I heard from the likes of UA. And if these are the mistakes that I'll be making, I don't think I want to go here anymore." As a whole bunch of people surrounding him says, "Shut up," as he starts to say, "Hi, that's very rude. Don't talk to your future classmate like this." As they all start to say, "Man, this kid's annoying." As President Mike says, "Oh, you in the back with the glasses. I was about to go over that if you would have just let me talk. But thank you for interrupting me, and if you don't want to be here, no one's making you be here, and you can leave at any time you want." As he says, I apologize," as he begins to quiet down. As we see some students snickering, and others saying that serves them right. With President Mike saying, "Alright kids, quiet down. Like the annoying purple or blue haired kid said, "We'll be having a 4th robot, but it won't be worth any points, and it'll just be basically an obstacle to get into your way, so by all means try to avoid it. Because if you don't, it might actually deal some serious damage on you, since it's the largest robot in this whole facility." As they all say, "Oh, okay." As President Mike said, if you exit this from the back exit, there will be multiple buses waiting for y'all to take you guys to the area that'll be holding the final exams. And make sure y'all get there quickly, because we don't have much time left. As students from all over Japan start to enter onto the bus to get to UA, as it was a very short ride there, about like 10 minutes. And President Mike was already waiting for them, saying, How did he get there quicker than us? We took buses." As President Mike is saying, "Don't worry about that, but welcome to the final exam area. Now, like I said, there will be 4 robots. 1 will be useless, but the other 3 will be holding points. Hopefully y'all were paying attention, so you would know which ones to give you the most points. But that's all." As the whole crowd just starts to say, "What do you mean that's all? Is there going to be no countdown?" As he says, "What do you mean a countdown? There's no countdown in a battle. Go, go, go!" As all of the students start to rush off, as we just see one student waiting, and All Might recognizes him, and he says, "Hey, that's the kid that I saw a few months ago." As the teacher's saying, "Hey, you know that kid? Yeah, when I was chasing the sludge villain, right? Yeah, we all know, it was on the news. That was the kid that stopped him." "You mean you didn't stop him? It was just a kid who stopped him?" As All Might says, "Yeah, it still shocks me to this day, but I'm wondering what he's gonna do, because I still don't know any of his abilities." I mean, he didn't tell you? Yeah, he said he didn't have time because he had to watch the show that was premiering, and he would tell me the next time we saw each other. As we see students start to rack up points, as Gojo says, "Alright, that's enough time to give them a little head start. Now it's time for me to just end it all right now." As Gojo rushes in with speeds that not even people with speed quirks were running, as he begins to destroy quirks one by one, as he immediately starts racking up a boatload of points, as he doesn't think this is enough, as he jumps into the air and says, "Blue," as he extends his hands, as robots start flying towards him, as he brings them closer to his body, as they all starts to blow up after they smash into each other, as the principal and the teachers in the spectator box were in awe. They never seen a performance like this since All Might. This kid was going to be a great hero indeed. But guys, that's where we're going to be ending this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah. Thank you again for Archimedes Eisen for making this video. Also, I'm joining a group channel. Our first video should be coming out soon. I'll probably do a video for that. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy. It's Zero, and I'm out. Peace.